Hi everyone, Black Than Black Tano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and today we're checking out the new LP from CG the GOAT, Schizophrenia. CG the GOAT is a Memphis native. He's dropped a number of singles and small projects throughout the years. It's been pretty sporadic, to say the least, but recently I've received quite a few requests to review this new LP, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Schizophrenia sees CG the GOAT pretty much fastballing material in this 11-song project that is just short of 30 minutes. There are times when it can feel like the song was cut short or it's a bit half-baked, but in many cases, these 2-minute songs feel like just enough. In the intro, CG the GOAT is simulating what seems to be some sort of schizophrenic episode. There are various voices, none of which have anything positive to say. What follows that, CG the GOAT is spitting relentlessly over this banging trap beat. The 808s are punchy, there are throughout. The beat is pretty aggressive. CG the GOAT is coming with this relatively fast flow. I'd say it makes for a strong opening track. The following track, Skip BAELESS, shows just how focused, measured, and conventionally catchy CG the GOAT can be when he wants to be. The beat is minimal while simultaneously hard-hitting. It's just a bit more subdued than the intro, but what it lacks in aggression, it makes up for with some of the more clever lines you'll hear all year long. Lines like, "Count your blessings, pure luck that you didn't get touched. It's gonna sting when I come up like acid reflux." I also love the line, "Then I split like the bitch was divisible. She was my baby. Now she's cut off. Umbilical." Get it? Because babies, when they're born, E for Everyone takes the project in a much darker direction. The beat is nasty, it's moody. The instrumental could have landed on any Pusha T project or maybe even a Tyler the Creator album. I love the chirping crickets throughout the instrumental. It's subtle, but it adds to the overall dark aesthetic of the track. CG the GOAT is frequently showcasing his lyrical ability in multiple spots throughout this project. And I'd say that he shows that he has more writing chops than many of his contemporaries. However, some of the songs that are a bit more somber, a bit more melody-driven, can be a bit of a non-starter for me in the last leg of this thing. I would say the Interlude is absolutely a showcase of technical ability, while simultaneously the line, "I'm trying to keep my head out of water, it's me, my demons, and somebody's daughter," shows that there's a certain level of vulnerability and honesty present throughout this track. I think it's solid, and I think it's a good track. The track Gemini wastes no time in showing exactly why CG the GOAT is going to be here for a while, with lines that, quite frankly, are hard to disagree with. Lines like, "The pistols at play, Swiss cheese in your face if you participate. What's that on my plate? I'm raising the stakes. Expensive dinner dates." This is easily one of the best tracks here and one of my favorites. I love the groove of the instrumental, and CG the GOAT is in a pocket that he seems to be pretty comfortable with. The song Sad, S-A-D, tells a story of a gentleman who is battling seasonal affective disorder and he eventually loses the battle. It's sharp, it's thought-provoking, and it's a banger. It's kind of a banger. This is one of the busier instrumentals. I love the twinkling guitar loop throughout the beat. So beyond this point, the project seems to take a bit of a dip quality-wise. The songs just offer so little in comparison to some of the stronger cuts on the project. Now, they aren't bad songs per se, but they aren't great either. As far as the track Demon goes, I can definitely appreciate the effort to portray some sort of internal conflict in the form of a tormentor. The demon is accepting responsibility for GOAT's various pitfalls and shortcomings. It's a decent track. The chorus on Stay Alive, I think, does a decent job at demonstrating two different conflicting thoughts, one in favor of staying alive and the other in favor of suicide. The track Never Let Go is pretty meh. The verse fails to say much of anything. It fails to convey the message that the chorus is trying to get across. It just doesn't wrap the project up in the most satisfying way. It almost feels as if No More, No More had the potential to be a better closer, but I don't know. What do I know? In my opinion, the production is one of the strongest things about Schizophrenia. That's not to say that CG the GOAT is being carried by his beats per se, but I think it's worth mentioning considering that many of his contemporaries are rapping over the same generic, with a lot of the same drum patterns and perks that you've heard a million times at this point. I think CG the GOAT possesses a high level of talent and potential. Overall, this is a decent LP with a number of highlights, but I think that he doesn't really fully hit the mark conceptually with Schizophrenia. There isn't a ton here in terms of deeper details or follow through with the concept, and as I mentioned in the beginning, some of the songs even feel unfinished. However, I can appreciate the brevity of the project in an era where a lot of artists are, dropping these 20, 30 song projects that are just a slog to get through. I don't know. I don't love this project by CG the GOAT, but I do think that, again, he has a ton of potential, and I look forward to seeing what he drops next. I am feeling a light to decent 6 on this one. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up or hit the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, CG the GOAT, forever.